Don't know whether it's a stolen vehicle or not, but a assault with a deadly weapon, 245 of the penal code. So whatever he used, he could have even used the car as a deadly weapon. We're not sure. But you see the way he kind of tries to sucker the cops into the right lane there and then goes immediately left, hoping that they're going to take the bait and get off the freeway, but that's not going to work. Let's see if he does it again here. And he's approaching is that Alameda? He's approaching Alameda, makes a really sharp right turn. We'll be back on Alameda here and see what happens. Quite a bit of traffic, a lot of truck traffic here on Alameda, and a lot of traffic on this off-ramp. And let's see, he's going to make it through southbound Alameda from the 10 freeway. All right, this is going to end right here. Stay with it. Two's working at Alameda in the 10 at 1200. Okay, I'm up here at 11, looking for you. Okay, do you know what he's wanted for besides 245? Okay, we didn't know if it was stolen or not. Okay, copy, thanks. Still up here at 1100. Okay. Kent, Alameda southbound at 25th Street. We just talked to the LAPD helicopter pilot. They're en route here. Should be here momentarily to help out the ground crew, which tells me that possibly LAPD from the Newton Division could get involved in this very quickly. Only one CHP behind him right now, and about a quarter mile back, well, actually we have 3 or 4 cars, and we're coming up to, I think it's going to be Vernon here, and we'll see what happens near the projects right around Alameda, and we've got a fresh red light, as they say. Just turned red, got a little bit of traffic. We'll see if he makes a turn. I think he wanted to make a turn. That truck got in his way, and there he is, westbound. Westbound from Alameda at about Vernon. Okay, Vernon and Alameda, westbound. That's right, and we're coming up actually to more of a residential area. Once he gets past Long Beach Boulevard, you'll see the night sun from that police helicopter that just arrived, and he makes it around the bus. He's got a green light continuing west, Vernon from Long Beach. I got to get on with LA Tower here. Southbound Compton now from Vernon south, and he makes a right-hand turn just 1 block south. He's back westbound, highly residential, very crowded here, into a parking lot. No, he wasn't expecting this. Yeah, he definitely wasn't expecting this. So hopefully they'll take him here if he's not on the sidewalk. And no, it just doesn't happen here. So I'm going to let him go underneath this. It's going to go beneath this here. So southbound, did he make another turn? Okay, where is it? 5 o'clock, okay. So well, let me get a bearing on here and see which way he's going. I'm going to just get the aircraft turned around here. So right, Kent. That's what they were saying here from Long Beach, the 710 405 freeway northbound at 110 miles an hour. Slowed down a little bit when he got on the 10 freeway, but this pursuit's been going on now for about 20 minutes. Made it through downtown LA, went to South LA. He's southbound Compton now and approaching Slauson. Long line of black and whites behind him. Maybe the sheriffs will get involved. So we're waiting to see here. We know LAPD and the CHP is here, so we'll wait to see what happens here. Makes it through this another red tri-light. Boy, it's just really dangerous. You never know what you're going to find driving early mornings here through LA. And this guy is not I'll be right back with you here. Helicopters TV2's got the police helicopter in sight, remaining clear of the surface area, 1,000 feet. Okay, he's coming this way. I'm going to let him go underneath us. I'm right above you, 10, our police ship. I'm way above you here, PD ship at 1100. Eastbound gauge from Compton, and he has left the city of Los Angeles, heading into a small area of the county, and then possibly even Walnut Park, continuing east gauge. We'll give you another cross here coming up. The big cross would be, let's see if I can find it here, Maywood Avenue. We haven't quite made it there yet. Continuing eastbound gauge, and he looks like he wants to dump the car. He has slowed down quite a bit, made a lot of turns. I don't believe he's familiar with this, other than he's trying maybe to get back to the 710 freeway. Hard to say. If he tries to get back to the 710, then he'll want to get back to Long Beach, where presumably he is familiar with that area. But anyway, we're eastbound here out of L.A., and the LAPD ship still overhead, coming up to an intersection with a green light and light traffic. Yeah, it started, I think, about 12, 13 minutes after 5. It came up rather quickly on the 710 freeway, went eventually on the 5 up to the East LA interchange, down through LA's Newton division, and then turned east. So that's where we are right now, east coming up on Boyle, and I think it was Gage, or maybe the extension of Gage. But I believe maybe this is even Huntington Park. I think this is Huntington Park. Continuing eastbound, light traffic so far. Well, and he certainly doesn't care about anybody else on the road, that's for sure, Kent. And we're continuing eastbound here, have some a railroad crossing here. But again, he's wanted for possibly some type of an assault. We don't know what weapon was involved, but Long Beach chased him for a while. We got the California Highway Patrol on him, and he is unfamiliar with this area. Northbound turn, wanted to make that north. You saw he kind of jutted out there to the left. So that tells us he's either unfamiliar or trying to get the cops to turn away from him. That's not going to happen. It looks like is that maybe an X3 or an X5? I'm not sure. But he has slowed down quite a bit. We'd imagine 35 to 45 miles an hour. Very light traffic here on, I'll get you a street here in a second. It's, let's see here. Randolph Street. No, it's not either. I'll get you a street here in a second. I think the longest that I was on was with Ken Shocknick up to Bakersfield. It went on forever. And Ken, I don't know if you remember that a few years ago. Yeah, it was a while. And it was a crazy pursuit. The sheriffs, I think, ended up shooting out the guy's tires, something that we won't see down here in L.A. or the county, that's for sure. But continuing now across an intersection now northbound, I'll get you a street. This is Atlantic, northbound in Atlantic near Gage, very close to the 710 freeway. If he wanted to get back on the freeway, maybe he's going up to Florence. We're going to let him go underneath us here as we make a turn. But northbound Atlantic from Gage, cops are still behind him here, several black and whites. That night sun from LAPD's helicopter still on that car. And what they've done is set up cars that are following the pursuit in either direction, so east and west of wherever this guy goes. So if the suspect bails, hopefully they can get somebody out of him. They can, I just had somebody talking in my ear, they can set up on this to set up a perimeter right away. Of course, they would have a dog en route if it turned out to be a canine search. We're just south of the Commerce train yards here, approaching the 710 freeway. And we'll let you know what happens here. If he continued along Atlantic Bandini, it would be an easy way for him to get on the freeway, but quite a bit of traffic there, Atlantic and the 710 freeway. What's that? What did you say, Elena? Okay. See any passengers in there? It is Atlantic Bandini. We'll see what happens with all this traffic. This guy seems to have some luck this morning. He can piece his way through it. There's an LAPD car. So CHP still behind him here as he makes it through another red light intersection northbound, getting on the freeway, and we'll see what on-ramp that is. I can't quite visually see that here. Is that for northbound? That is going to be for northbound, so he's back northbound 710, just south of the 5 interchange. See which way he's going here. Yeah, so he's committed north 710, just south of the 5 through the city of Commerce. So he's starting to repeat, circle back a little bit. I'm right over the top of you here at 1200. It does look like a passenger there, right? Okay. Northbound 710. Police 10, do you know if it's a stolen? So we're... no, we actually stayed on the 710 north just past the 5 that was at overcrossing you saw. And so now we're in East LA. In fact, the Sheriff's Department just called up, said they had a full tank of fuel on board if they wanted to take over from LAPD. And LAPD said we're okay for the time being. So we'll have 2 helicopters here, including ourselves at Sky 2. Northbound slowed down a little bit as you approach the 60 freeway. See what he wants to do on the 60. That interchange is wide open, so he's... let's see if he passes this. He might just whip over to the right real quick. If he doesn't, he's committed north 710, and he is committed north 710 right at the 60 East LA Monterey Park area. Two's above him, 710, 60, 12. Well, you know, if he thinks he's going to go east to the 605 and try to make that south, that's not going to work because we have that major freeway closure at Beverly Boulevard. So we'll wait to see what he does here on the as he approaches the 10, because you know the 710 really stops up here by Cal State LA. So we're about a quarter mile away from the 10 freeway, continuing north, fairly light traffic northbound, just coming right up to Cal State LA. We'll see what he does at the interchange. And let's see, LAPD is still on top of him here. Again, a suspect wanted for possibly some type of an assault with a deadly weapon. We checked with the LAPD. We don't know for sure whether this car is stolen. Have not heard about that. Saw some traffic damage here on the right side, and I believe we saw a passenger in the right front car. So that's something that they're also going to think about here before they make that traffic stop. Approaching the 10 freeway, unless he makes a turn here real quick, he'll be committed north 710, and we'll have to, the freeway will dump off here in Valley Boulevard in Alhambra, and he is committed now northbound 710 towards Cal State LA. He'll have to exit, which is the only way you can exit, right at Valley Boulevard. $3000. Two's over Cal State LA, 13 above the cops. Anybody else coming in? Okay. Seven, I copied. You're coming in. We're at 13, just over Cal State LA, approaching the Valley Boulevard. I'm at 13, and I've got another 100 feet or so, maybe. That's right, Kent. Being joined by another sheriff's helicopter here, eastbound Valley Boulevard from the 710 extension. And we are, sheriffs, I have you there. I'm at your 12 o'clock. And is approaching, I think, Garfield or Fremont, southbound turn Fremont, back towards the 10 freeway, right over the top of you, sheriffs, at 14. Okay, so he's southbound Fremont from Valley in the city of Alhambra, very close to the 10 freeway. He can get on the 10 freeway here, so we'll see what he does. Residential, Sabila, just a little bit east of Cal State LA. We're seeing lots of backup units in case he gets on the freeway. They would be ahead of him here on the 10 freeway. We're seeing those guys that will be joining this. But let's see, a left turn, so this would set him up for westbound 10. Westbound 10, is he committed? Yes, he is. So he's going to be committed westbound 10 here from Fremont, westbound 10. Two's got both aircraft continuing westbound 10 at 13. I've got both of you guys, and we're east of you. 4, we're coming up on the county hospital. Well, you know, Kent, you can... I'm just coming up southeast of the USC hospital looking for you. Ward 13. Okay. We're still with you here, east, let's see, approaching East Los Angeles, the 5 freeway, westbound on the 10 freeway, just coming up to the county hospital area. And, you know, you were right about second-guessing all of their actions here. You can believe that the watch commanders from Long Beach, the Sheriff's Department, or the California Highway Patrol are watching CBS right now, and they watch that footage in the cul-de-sac. There'll be some roll call training on that, or possibly they thought that was the best way to handle it. So, you know, as you mentioned, routine training on this, regular training in pursuit intervention and that type of thing, best way to manage these pursuits. But they're watching our picture, I can guarantee, and possibly even deciding when to fall back and just monitor, what they call monitoring the car by helicopter. Sometimes they think that makes it safer. But because we have what we believe is a driver and a passenger, so at least 2 people in the car, and some type of a felony, they may not want to let this go. He is slowing down quite a bit. We're coming up to Alameda, the downtown LA portion, approaching the 4 level. The traffic is starting to increase right around Alameda. We'll see what happens here. So he's still committed here, westbound, which will eventually turn into northbound 101. You know what, Kent, just managing the pursuit and hopefully trying to make it safe for everybody that's around. We didn't have the pit maneuvers when I was on the street, which, you know, is quite a while ago. Didn't have the pit. So we just had to follow them. And, you know, it was about 20 years ago that they really started looking at their pursuit policy. We're getting off on Alameda here near the train station. Alameda off-ramp from the 101, continuing here westbound. He may be trying to get back on. So pursuit management, that's certainly what they're looking at, and having lots of black and whites in either direction to set up in case there's some type of a perimeter that they need to set up. But really not only just watching that suspect's car, but all the drivers around him trying to bring it to a safe end. Northbound turn here through starting to, let's see, approach Chinatown. So it'll be a northbound turn on Broadway here from just off the 101. If they have a good idea, usually easier to do it on the freeway, but if they have a good idea where this, you know, a fairly straight area that they can go to, that they could set them up ahead of time, that would be certainly what they would do. Here with all the oncoming traffic, and he's making so many crazy turns, we really don't know where he's going to go. It's really tough to make that spike strip call. But that's certainly a viable option if he were to get onto a less populated area. And we're continuing now north Broadway, eventually joining the 5 freeway here, coming up right abeam to Dodger Stadium. Left turn. Two's near Dodger Stadium, 13. Got everybody there. Looking for you 4. How tall are you? Okay. alley, southbound alley. Yeah, he looked like he wanted to get back on the freeway, but he wasn't going to do it so far. So we went through an alleyway. We're back, okay, and he hit another car, and we're going to get around this side. This is Broadway again, I think. There he is. Okay, here's where it's going to be tough. Did the passenger get out? No, it looks like the driver's still there. Okay, so they've got a crossfire situation. This is where, all right, he's got his arm out there. This is where it's going to get a little tough here. CHP behind him, CHP surrounding the car. They have to make sure that they see all the hands, basically all the hands are accounted for before they'll direct these guys out. So we're in Chinatown, just a beam from Dodger Stadium, where this pursuit is stopped, and right now they just have to get him out of the car. They do throw the keys out. Let's see your hands, and then they get in there and take him out. Now this is because this is an X5. I don't see tinted windows, but they're really going to have to look at that back before they approach the car because of this crossfire. I see him. Yeah. Okay. Because there's such a crossfire situation, both east and west, they really have to be careful. Now he's walking, because of that crossfire, they're walking him back to the officers. So they still, I believe, have the passenger still in the car, as far as I know, and they still have those guns trained on the back of that car in case anything moves. So again, we're in Chinatown where this pursuit has come to a stop, driver being taken into custody, waiting for the passenger and to clear the rest of this BMW. Crawling out the window, okay. Crawling out the window. That's all right, don't worry about it. Yeah, Broadway and Alpine. This thing ended near Broadway and Alpine. What's the name of this thing? What's the name of it? The hotel? Royal Pagoda Hotel. Okay, Sheriff, say thanks a lot. Four, you still here? I'm just right over the Twin Towers looking for you. I've got you. Watch him clear this car here real quick. All right, car's clear. Okay, code 4. Everybody's in custody. Car's clear.
You saw it only on CBS 2. Sky 2 overhead as two suspected burglars lead police from a number of agencies on a wild pursuit across LA County. And in a scene from an action film, they get away from 8 squad cars in a dead-end cul-de-sac. But then their luck runs out.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Sabila Vargas.
I'm Ken Shocknick. Welcome to CBS 2 News at 11 a.m.
It is our top story on CBS 2 News. 2 men now in custody after leading officers on that wild chase, reaching speeds of more than 100 miles an hour. Our Sky 2 was first on the scene this morning. CBS 2's Joy Benedict joining us live from Long Beach Police Headquarters with more. Joy.
That's right, Sabila. Both men are believed to be adults. They are adults, and we're taken here behind me to the Long Beach Police Department where they were booked on 2 different charges.
I think he wanted to make a turn. That truck got in his way, and there he is westbound.
It was a wild ride on LA's freeways and surface streets during the morning commute as a driver led police on a chase, racing around corners, cutting off big rigs, weaving in and out of traffic, reaching speeds greater than 100 miles an hour.
Well, anytime you have a vehicle that's traveling at those high rates of speed, it's always a concern to us.
The chase started here at the Virginia Country Club around 5 this morning. Things look calm now, but the Long Beach Police Department says the suspects were breaking into the pro shop when a security guard confronted them.
At that point, the driver tried to run down the security guard, and at that time, the security guard fired at the suspects.
Police say the suspects in this BMW took off on the 710, ending up downtown, getting on and off the freeway several times. Take a look at this moment when they pull into a cul-de-sac with 8 cruisers on their tail and still manage to escape. The chase finally ended in Chinatown near Alpine and Broadway when a cruiser hit it. Both the driver and the passenger were placed into police cruisers where they appeared to pass out. Their getaway car was beat up, and in the back, thousands of dollars worth of golf equipment, including several high-priced golf clubs. Both suspects were transported to the Long Beach Police Department, and when they wake up, they'll face charges of burglary and assault with a deadly weapon. Now, one of those suspects, the man that was in the passenger seat, actually is alert and awake, and we know that because he was taken away in an ambulance just a short time ago. Investigators here didn't say why he was transported to the hospital, but he was alert and he did appear to be okay. As for what happens now, well, the investigation is ongoing. They're trying to see exactly what, if anything, was stolen from that golf shop, and we did reach out to the country club, but they have not responded by the time of this report. Reporting live from Long Beach, Joy Benedict, CBS 2 News.